Sometimes art speaks to the heart instead of dazzling the sight, transcending its frame. Lilies. Not for me. Movie grows in that silent realm between memory and emotion, where beauty is felt rather than performed. Every drop of light trembles like an unshed tear, and every petal appears to sigh with need. This is a colorful confession and a reflection on impermanence and purity, rather than a cinematic extravaganza. The lilies serve as a reminder that feeling can be more potent than story, since they are rebellious yet delicate. Lilies Not for me is a chilling examination of the extent individuals would go to fix what is not broken, set in the stuffy, courteous world of 1920s England. This film explores the internal cult of self-loathing driven by social pressure, whereas films such as Midsommar examine exterior cults. The narrative centers on Owen James, a budding novelist who is imprisoned in a medical facility intended to cure his homosexuality. Owen is made to go on regular, prescribed tea-time dates with Nurse Dorothy as part of the strange performative treatment. The purpose of these sessions is to teach Owen how to act like a normal man in order to prepare him for heterosexual courtship. Dorothy isn't the strict disciplinarian the hospital anticipates, though. As they sit across from one another over delicate porcelain and tea, Owen begins to share his story not through spoken word, but through the pages of his writing. We learn why Owen is there through a sequence of opulent, romantic, and ultimately tragic flashbacks. At one point, he fell madly in love with Philip, his boyhood best friend. They had a deep bond. But Philip, a medical student, was poisoned by the scientific orthodoxy of the time, while Owen was happy to dwell in the peaceful beauty of their shared universe. Philip made a horrifying offer because he believed that their love was a biological condition that could be eliminated. He found a dangerous experimental surgical technique that referred to past testicular transplants, and persuaded Owen that they should do it on each other in order to save themselves. The advent of Charles, an enigmatic character whose presence unsettled their relationship and served as a trigger for the ensuing catastrophe, further strained the dynamic between the two men. The flashbacks show a spiraling decline into physical agony and insanity, as the cure Philip so desperately sought started to destroy them both. In the present, Owen and Dorothy's dates develop into a sincere, platonic relationship. As Dorothy sees Owen's humanity in his writing, her own conception of sexuality and identity starts to change. She understands that the hospital is a factory of repression rather than a place of healing. The movie offers an unapologetically, bleedingly romantic look at a troubling period of gay history. It draws a contrast between the sterile, clinical harshness of early 20th century conversion efforts and the natural beauty of the English countryside. Instead of demanding attention, this film earns it by stillness, the way light trembles on a petal, or the way silence takes on its own language. Unaffected by spectacle but brimming with spirit, the lilies represent sensitivity and resiliency. This piece serves as a reminder that emotion simply requires honesty and doesn't require a stage or a script. And in that sincerity, Lilies Not for movie grows forever, a soft echo of beauty that never fades. Finally, Lilies Not for me echoes the rejection of a pure or pristine heteronormative life that society tries to force upon the characters. The novel ultimately serves as a gloomy reminder that, despite historical attempts to medically and mentally eradicate queer desire, a person's true identity can never be completely cured. It can only be buried, frequently at great expense.